Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Samantha. This is the Budget Mum UK. Today I am going to be looking at my September budget. I'll be honest, I've been putting this off because it's going to be looking pretty crunchy and choppy and all those other descriptive words that means, oh crap, basically everything's going up. I have got friends messaging me this week going, what the hell am I going to do? I have no idea. With the release of different statements, Martin Lewis has let us into some really good, definitely not good, interesting figures looking at the energy crisis and just how that is going to look for us in just a few months' time. And I know people are worried, I know you're worried, I know I'm worried. And basically, it's not just that's going up, every little thing is going up. I have done my budget, what I know. I've done what I know for my bills from September. That being said, I am personally going to look at where I can now really rein back. I know I've always done a really reined in budget. I have spoke previously about I've got some ideas and things that I need to do. I'm going to be stepping up my hustling game. I've got things that I'm going to try and work on, and I'm happy to share those with you as we go along. And if you can do them too, then great, you know, maybe that'll help for you. Ultimately, it's about being really focused and really niche with your budget right now, so that come a few months' time when everything else is still skyrocketing, we're sort of prepared, we're ready, we've got a little bit of armour on so that we can hit the situation as best as we possibly can. That is going to be my mentality, that is going to be my mindset, that's going to be me going forward saying, look, at least I've got these plans in place. They may not be perfect, they may need to be tweaked and they may need to be changed, but at least I've got something ready, you know? So that's what I'm going to be looking at today for my September. I think treats and things are going to have to be really reined in, and I'm hoping it's temporary. The way I'm looking at it is, you know, we did nearly 2 years in lockdown. We went without it for a long time in terms of treats and going out and things. It's not a situation I'm necessarily saying let's enjoy. It's a situation where I'm saying we've done it once before, albeit in a different sort of situation. It's a case of having to do it again a little bit, I think. I don't know what that's going to look like in terms of our country's economic climate. I just know that's what I'm going to have to plan on doing going forward in order to choose between heating and eating. I suppose that is literally what is the word of the day on my social media. You know, what can we do, and how are we going to get through the winter? Literally are the words that I'm reading all the time. So if you are new here, sorry for the morbid dropping you in on it, but this is our reality right now, and this is how I work on my channel. My life, it's real, it is me, this is my life. I tend to do a lot of my budgeting and planning live, effectively. I know it's pre-recorded, but live on camera, so that you can see my mindset, you can see my thought process. I know a lot of people say they find that useful when I'm choosing between, do I do this or do I do that, and my thought process going through it. So that's what this channel is about. It comes up with ideas on how you can save money, hopefully in terms of things like groceries and your shopping, and how you can cook on a more efficient budget. And it gives us some ideas on how you can live a relatively good lifestyle without having to spend too much money, still working a really good budget. So if you think that is of something of interest to you, I would absolutely love it if you would hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell notification and that like thumbs up so that you know every single time that I upload a video, because not only is it free and I'm doing my absolute best to help you guys and offer some ideas and support. Not just me, the community here is brilliant, but it also genuinely absolutely makes my day, because I love it. I love that you're here sharing your ideas as well as listening to some of the things I come up with. If you're already subscribed, then of course you already know how much I love you. Thank you so much. You are legends. Right, let's get stuck in. Already, as I said, my budget has changed this month. So my budget has changed twofold. One, my income is going down in terms of my consultancy. So I am a private tutor. I've got my own private tutoring company. I've already had a really tight month or two because of the summer holidays. It means I'm not doing consultancy work in school, and as a self-employed person, obviously I need schools open to be able to do that. I've still had some students over the holidays, not very many. I took a couple of holiday breaks myself as well. So that meant obviously not getting the money in there. I did put a little plan into place a few months back to sort of try and meet that situation whereby I paid myself a set wage. So regardless of how much I had for the month, so if I got, for example, £1,300 paid to me for my consultancy or my tutoring, then what I actually would pay myself is £800. Put the rest in a reserve pot so that then when I've had these months of July, August, September, where my income has been reduced, it's not impacted me as much. I've been able to have that little pot there to tide me over effectively. Now going forward, my plan ultimately is I would like to be off universal credit completely. I have, like I said, and I've touched on this, and I apologise, I've not had a chance to go into too much detail as yet, but I have got plans to hopefully make sure that my income is more stable, to hopefully give my income a bit of a boost, which means that ultimately I should be able to start to earn enough money to be able to dwindle that universal credit down, which as a single parent on a part-time wage currently I'm paying nursery fees would be an incredible feat. It's something I'm excited to try and do, but I'm also feeling confident that I've got some good ideas at the moment that I'm excited to really start to put into place. It's been a trying couple of months. I've had a trying couple of months even. Let's get into this. So we're going to have a look. So that's gone up. My child care is going up. So I'm now going to be working full-time in a school on a Wednesday and a Thursday. Previously I worked Friday mornings. I'm now not. I'm working from home doing my office stuff. Prior to this, when I was in school, I struggle with doing my own office and doing my own admin. So now nursery have come back and said, well, we can have them in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is great. Previously as in Wednesday and Friday, and I had to juggle him a lot, my little boy, that is, in terms of care for a Thursday. So being able to get him in for 3 definite days in nursery has been a boost and a blessing. So I'm hoping that's going to help in terms of me being able to see my bigger picture and do all those things that I've been talking about. A lot of rambling. I do apologise for that. I'm just trying to get you into the picture before we go down and look at those actual numbers. So that being said, we're going to go down, have a look at September's calendar, because I like to plan my month out, because that then guides and leads my budget. So I know where I need to focus my spending. My income amount is thus reduced, and I know it's going to be a lot trickier. I'm used to working with around about 285, 280 a week, in terms of spending for groceries and cash stuffing and all those other things. That's not going to be the case going forward just yet. I'm hoping that's going to increase and hope it's going to improve with those things that I've talked about. So let's have a little look. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at my month ahead. Now, September generally is going to be a really quiet month. My daughter goes back to school. Do you know what? I don't even know what day she goes back to school. She goes back around this week. I've got an inset training day in the morning. And then I'm back to actual teaching on the 7th and the 8th. So I'll just put that down there for me. So I say actual teaching, that just means I'm physically in a school. I've already got students, and my students that were off over summer are back this week as well. So that's that. Now, in terms of going out, things to do, it is actually my mum's birthday on the 25th. So I need to put that here. Now, the other thing is that we're going back to work on a getting Alexander into nursery on a Thursday, is that my mum is going away for like maybe 3 weeks almost after her birthday. So normally she would help with the juggling of getting Alexander taken care of on a Thursday, whereas obviously that would be an issue when she's not here. So it is, even though it's a financial cost, I'm hoping it'll work out much better in the long term, because I don't have to worry about that going forward. Previously, I might have had to say, look, I can't come in and work, and that in itself is detrimental both financially and in terms of my work, that I don't want to be seen to be able to do that. So that's the other thing. Now, the other thing I haven't got in yet, because I haven't rung up, is that I've got my car servicing in September. So the good thing is that I have got my, well, two things. In my monthly bills, if you've been watching previously, then you know I've got, it's just a service and it's £20. So basically when I bought the car, I put myself into a 0% interest deal where I paid £20 a month, and that accrued to go towards my service. That means that now in September there is already quite a significant amount of money in that pot, as it were. So my service is already paid for out of that pot. Even if there's not enough in the pot on the day I go and get it serviced, because of the deal I'm in, they'll just take it, because it'll continue to accrue and pay for itself. I will have to pay for any repairs or anything else that the car needs, but because I've been doing this for a while and because I'm aware of it, I have got my car repairs envelope, which has been building for quite some time, so that's there and I'm okay with that. So that's fine. It's ready. I'm hoping there's more than enough in there to cover anything that might need or that might come up at the service. I had it MOT'd in summer, a few months ago now. Nothing major came up there, and they did touch on my brakes, which I'd said previously I'd already been told about and I'd already been saving for because I was aware of them. So I'm quite happy that whenever that goes in, it won't be a massive bill. The big bill is going to come here, because I know my mum likes to be spoiled. And controversial, yes, and you might say, well, why do you do it when you know you can't afford it necessarily? I know my mum, I need peaceful life. I know what she expects, effectively, and I learned a long time ago it's better to just deal with it, as it were. And that said, you know, I've got envelopes in here. I am going to start up a new wallet binder with everyone's name in it, where I'm just going to have everybody's name, and then use that money for the birthday, for the Christmas, so they all get the same amount, and that's how I spend it. And then I'll have like a miscellaneous one. I think that's going to be my idea going forward, just a gifts general envelope. So that's what I'm thinking at the minute. Off the top of my head, I think she would like to go and watch Mrs. Doubtfire, which is on in Manchester on the Friday. So I need to look at the tickets for that, for Mum's birthday, and I'll see how much is in the pot and whether I can afford to stay over. Possibly not. Just depends. We'll just see what's going on at the time, because she'll like to do that as well. Yeah, that's the only things I've got in September. I have got a girlfriend's birthday here. I don't know whether I'll see her or not. It's not kind of an exchanging presents kind of birthday. It's just whether I meet her for a drink or lunch or something possibly. So I might say, I'll pop it down and put a question mark in it, just so I'm mindful of it. I'm aware of it in case I do need to plan for that. Other than that, I think we are good. I'm hoping it's going to cost me a little bit less in terms of groceries and things now Holly's back to school. Yeah, I think that's us for this calendar. The only thing that I might do then is look at a goal for the month, and I really, really want to step up my no spend days. I really would like a no spend month. I started one in August. August went completely out the window, so I'm going to go with 20 no spend days if possible, which means I'm only allowed to spend on 10 days. If that, I'm quite confident that if I'm focused enough, this really should be the only weekend where I might actually spend, obviously groceries. But even if I plan that, I can be quite savvy with when I buy things like that. So I think to expect 10 no days spending would be good. Challenging, but good. So let's have a look at my actual budget and how much money I have got this month. Okay, so the money that I have got coming in includes, oops, what's I doing? Will help? got 1,100 coming in at the moment from Universal Credit. I pay myself £800 from my consultancy and private tutoring and things like that. So at the minute, that's about £1,900 this month. Now, the things that have gone up this month, rent's gone up, gas, electricity has obviously gone up, water, Wi-Fi's gone up, what else has gone up? Nursery has obviously gone up. My children's club's actually come down, I think, by a couple of pounds because Alexander's no longer doing the club that he was doing, but he is doing swimming instead. The gym has gone up slightly, so I might have to consider whether I can afford to continue for us to do that, because that's something that I do with Holly and Alexander. I want to break it down in terms of how much it costs per week. It's just about £10 a month, that week, sorry, just over, which in terms of what we can get out of it, I think cost-wise isn't too bad at all. It's just, you know, where else can I cut back on when I need to cut back? Or, you know, I don't want them children to miss out. And I just think this is I'm just going to have to hustle more, basically. It's what I'm going to have to do. So I've got this. Let's call it 1,900. And I'm going to subtract 1293.7, which leaves me with, so let's do 1,900. 1293.70 leaves me with 606.30, and then I divide that by 4. 151.75, which is a massive drop from what I was on. Let's call that one. I have to call that for 150. It's too far away to round that up. So 150 is where I'm going to be starting basically for my week. For that, I've got to get everything. I made a pledge to take a percentage off that and just put it straight into debt every week to try and bring that debt down. It's a bit worrying because not only are the bills going up, my wage is coming down. So this is why we hustle. It's why we have a plan. It's why we forward think. Previously, you know, I'd get to the end of the month and go, oh God, I'm at this stage. And I'd be back planning. I'd be reflecting on what I'd spent rather than planning on what I'm going to spend. And that's the difference now. As in, you know, I know where I'm going. I'm already allocating my money rather than thinking about it retrospectively and going, it's too late, actually, I've done X, Y, and Z and I shouldn't have done. And that's where it goes wrong. It's that forward planning, it's that future planning rather than the retrospective planning that is going to get you through the next few months. Fact. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at. I haven't allocated money yet. I'm going to do that in a new video. I just wanted to go through my September with you guys. Right, so yeah, that's everything. So this budget is looking super tight now, really super tight. I'm hoping it's gonna work. I'm really gonna have to get creative in the kitchen. I'm happy to take you on those journeys with me when I do my cooking and shopping, and I'll continue to do those. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting one. If you haven't already done your budget for September, this is your sign to do it. I hope you have found this useful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you really soon.